Guys, welcome AMA with a friend of the channel, Old Crypto Mage, and his awesome coin, Bill Murray Inu. Just a fast reminder, nothing you hear on this recording is financial advice, and AMAs are a chance for us to ask questions, not endorsements, although I 100% endorse this project and its developer. Old Crypto Mage, tell me what you're working with, my man.
Hey, bro, dude. Once again, man, thank you for having me. So I'm sure most, if not everybody in here knows, but it's worth mentioning from the start what happened with Bill Murray. So basically, Bill Murray, a very philanthropic guy, as you all know, he was hosting a charity, an NFT auction charity on Ethereum for a terminally ill girl named Evelyn. After raising $180,000 in Ethereum, actually quite more now considering this market, these funds were stolen by a malicious hacker. The very same day, we came up with the concept of Bill Murray Inu, with a specific fund allocated from the marketing tax to a separate wallet purely for charitable donations, specifically going to Evelyn at first, right? As of now, I'm so delighted to say that we have raised over $40,000. That's correct. You hear me right. $40,000 ready to go out to Evelyn. And it doesn't end here, right? So we have such an amazing team, an amazing community, brilliant minds on our team, truly an amazing conglomeration of people here that are working to make this something absolutely incredible. So it's worth noting that we have a special shout out to a guy named Super Connector. Many of you might know him here. He has helped us basically contact so many amazing celebrities, again, with the goal of climbing up the celebrity ladder and eventually reaching Bill Murray himself and or Evelyn's family to donate this money, this $40,000. I'm going to touch into more of that later, but it's just worth noting as of now that we have had the amazing support of the likes of Tommy Chong. If you go to his Telegram right now, you'll see his profile picture is actually of Bill Murray Inu. Jason Maslow, another incredible actor who has worked for the likes of Nickelodeon, for instance. His profile picture right now is of Bill Murray Inu. If you check Akon's Facebook, I'm sure we all know Akon, at least most of us. He, again, 53 million followers, is working with us at Bill Murray Inu. You could see he has shouted us out. He's mentioned the fact that we're about to be listed on the AZBit exchange. So it's been such an incredible ride. We have so much in the works that still can't even be discussed. Super Connector, shout out to this man again. He has helped us reach so many incredible people. He's still, as I speak, helping us reach so many incredible people. I know Tommy Chong, again, following us on Twitter, following us on Telegram. He has literally DM'd Snoop Dogg on Twitter for gaining us some notoriousness. So it's been such an incredible ride. I'm so stoked for our future. And yeah, man, I'm so excited. So that's the gist of it. That's this in a nutshell. But we have so much going on that to talk about it all comprehensively is extremely difficult right now, just with all the moving plates. But yeah, man, that's it in a nutshell.
That is a nice quick synopsis. All right, tell me about AZBit. So centralized exchange, why did you guys choose them first? And when is the official listing?
Yes, so our official listing is today, very shortly actually, like within the hour most likely. AZBit, they are an exchange with $120 million in daily volume. We're going to be trading under a Tether pair, USDT, obviously the most popular, the most highest market cap stable coin. Again, our goals now are not only, if you look at this in several fronts, right? We have celebrity outreach, we have outside of Telegram outreach. I think it's fair to say that we've captivated most, if not all, of the Telegram space. So again, we're looking elsewhere. We're looking to make ourselves absolutely official, which is what we're doing. You guys are going to be delighted with what's coming at the end of this AMA, another announcement, which again is just going to dig our feet in the ground even more. Essentially, we're leaving, right, this. Again, the BSC has a horrible reputation. I mean, for good reason. The sheer amount of scams, the sheer amount of dishonest people, dishonest developers. It's shameful and it's sad. But we're changing that game. We're looking to spread into altcoin space, and that's exactly what we're doing. So, yeah, man.
spreading into altcoin space. That makes me so happy. All right. So I was hanging out with you on Obito's AMA. I don't know, what was that, like 2-3 days ago? How long has Bill Murray been live is a question.
We've been live for today's the week, actually.
Wow, man. It's been one hell of a week. I don't think I've ever spanned more updates for any coin. Okay. So you guys were talking about NFTs on there, and they looked really cool. Do you have any updates on that?
Yeah. So our NFT collection is also going to be going live today or tomorrow, I believe. Thankfully, the groundwork is done. We have a beautiful collection of 1,000 exclusive NFTs. These NFTs are going to help us raise funds for marketing, charity, of course, and as well as buybacks. So again, these will be going live soon. I'm personally going to be working on our D app. So again, so many incredible things. We actually are going to have a specific use case for these NFTs to be decided. But of course, we're going to be giving back to the community supporters and holders who have these NFTs. So yeah, that's going to be exciting. Definitely stay on the lookout because those will be dropping very soon.
I will be buying a few myself. How much will they cost?
So they're going to start at 0.3 BNB. Again, 1,000 exclusive ones. That's our drop for now. That's all they're going to be. However, we are also thinking of having or creating a sort of limited edition NFTs for specific people, whether that be, for instance, fundraisers themselves, right? Like certain organizations who we might donate to, we might create a certain NFT collection for that, or a certain set of community members, top 10 whales, that sort of thing. But as of now, 1,000 exclusive ones for the community. And of course, we will have a few giveaways as well for again, just the community. But yeah, that's basically that.
Excellent. If you want to shoot me some pictures of that, actually, of the ones that you guys previewed before, I'd love to show the channel. Okay, so
of course,
you're doing tons of celebrity partnerships. You guys are moving to the next level. I really like the vibe of you guys are trying to slow down scams and make BSC a safer place. Do you have any plans for partnerships with similar groups? Because that seems to be the meta right now in the bear market, and I think that's going to make us a lot safer come the bull.
Partnerships with what? I'm sorry, I didn't fully catch that.
So like this morning, we did an AMA with one project that is attempting to slow down and stop scams. I'm in a lot of groups now where, at the very least, if I run into a bad dev, I can push it to 10 other influencers. We're all slowly coming together to sort of make the place a little bit safer. Do you have, or would you be open to any partnerships with others that are doing the same?
So basically, people devoted to cryptocurrency safety, that sort of thing, if I understand you right. Of course, man. Of course, that's exactly what we're inspiring ourselves, right? We actually have a slogan and sort of bringing light to cryptocurrency. We know the media, we know the government, certain regulations are being talked about. Cryptocurrency gets a horrible reputation, and we just thought, for instance, this hacker stole $180,000 for this terminally ill girl. Imagine what we could do by re-raising these funds, showing the bright side of cryptocurrency, showing that there are people out there that care, there is good in this community. So absolutely, man, if or when we could sort of form these partnerships with, whether that might be, for example, sorry to go off on a tangent here, but Travlad, again, another influencer we're having an AMA with in 2 days. He's all about cryptocurrency. He's all about investor safety. We're going to be talking about this as well in his AMA. So again, man, of course, we want to partner with the good minds in this game, of course, and that includes people devoted to investor safety as well.
My man, I'm so happy to see this happening to a hardworking dev like you too. Like you're
Thanks.
You're killing it. Okay. Let's see. Another question. So, I mean, this is now hitting the mainstream, right? Like you've got people in normal world reaching out to people who aren't necessarily involved in crypto with their influence. Do you guys have any plans, perhaps, like the exchanges are phenomenal, right? Like AZBit or something like that. But do you have any plans on sort of making like an in-house ability to purchase this with fiat?
Okay. So again, just another one of our things that I failed to mention because there are so many different updates, but we are already listed on Flues. We have a Flues listing. We're getting that updated on our premium buy bot now. you can purchase Bill Murray Inu with credit, debit, Apple Pay, all on.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's already done, bro. It's just, again, there's so many updates. It's the exact reason that myself and my team right now, we're working to really expand out and make this an organized, concise token where, again, we want a subreddit. We want different sections, different groups for different purposes, just to make all this information concise and easier to read. But there have been updates after updates after updates. And as the community is about to see another massive update, that these sort of important announcements get buried by the next announcements.
Have a lot dropping at one time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about the background noise, guys. Okay. What about press releases? Have you guys thought about doing something like a Yahoo Finance article or things along those lines?
Okay, absolutely. It's sort of a touchy subject right now because we have people working on things that have to be surprises. And I hate to be cryptic like this, but it's going to drop. Those things are going to drop, man. You have my word, mark my words. Those things are in the works. But there's more that entails. There's just specific people doing specific things for us that want it to be kept a surprise. So I guess I have to leave it at that. But hopefully you get what I'm noting at, you know? Again, I hate to keep it cryptic, but there's community supporters and partners we have that have, set aside funds from their own pockets to help make this stuff happen. So yeah. Another thing I would love to bring up is we have two core members. Shout out to Dave, shout out to Crypto Kid, two core members of Elongate. If you guys remember Elongate, it was one of the very first tokens that I personally purchased. It was right there with SafeMoon back in the day. We have two core members. So okay, let me preface this for those who don't know what Elongate was. They were nearly a 1 billion market cap token, also with charity purposes in mind. So these guys know what they're doing. Absolutely, Elongate did incredible things in themselves. But we have two core members working with us right now, one of which, Dave, is actually contacting the likes of Kimball Musk, Elon Musk's brother, who actually owns a charity himself. So he is shouting us to them, to Kimball himself. Again, I'm going to hear back regarding that. But boy, do we have a team on our hands, man. Boy, do we have an amazing community. And boy, do we have so many connections. So again, this is it's wild. It's surreal to me, bro. I'm telling you, Achilles, when I was put in contact personally with Snoop Dogg and Akon's manager, it's like, whoa, man, I'm a hardworking developer. I put my heart into what I do, but to get to this level and to talk with these people and to have this community behind our side for such a good cause, man, it's humbling. It really is. It's such an incredible opportunity, and I can't wait for this to go where it needs to go.
Man, you've always been a hardworking developer, and you've always put your heart and soul into things. It's so cool to see you at that level. Yeah. Akon too, right? Like that's a throwback from me being in high school. I love that guy.
Yeah. It's crazy. I know.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know what else to ask you. Like I have updated everything from, the beginning of this project, and I've been so happy to see how it's went. What else do you need us to know? Like, what are some exciting things that we can look for? Anything.
Okay. I'm a little overwhelmed by the whole. Maybe overwhelmed isn't the right word. What I'm attempting to say is there are so many updates that we have that haven't even been discussed, that can't even be discussed. Things that literally have been buried by the other updates. So again, Super Connector. Once again, he's having another friend reach out to Snoop Dogg today. We have a new buy bot, not a buy bot, I apologize, a bot made tracking donations straight to the charity wallet, which is posting in chat. It looks beautiful. You guys should check it out if you haven't already. Again, we have an absolute bomb dropping at the end of this AMA that you know about. Shit, I'm in contact with Snoop's manager every day. It's a crazy, crazy feeling. I'm personally buying back several $1,000s worth of Bill Murray Inu, hosting several sort of sub competitions, if you will. There's just so much going on, man. We've been officially audited. We passed with flying colors. Everything is looking amazing for our next leg up. Once again, I couldn't do it without the amazing community and team support that we have. So, Yeah, dude, it's been such a crazy ride, and we're only growing. We're a week in, 1 week in, already listed on our first exchange. As of we'll be in like probably an hour. It was supposed to be 6 UTC. All I have to do is deposit some tether and tokens to the address to the exchange, and then we're good to go there. NFTs dropping, man. We have so much in the works, and it's just incredible. So.
Okay, let me slow you down for 1 second. So you mentioned that you're doing lots of competitions. I know a bunch of the Haven has been in on this project since its launch. What can we do to get involved?
Yeah, man. So again, not to shamelessly shout myself out. I didn't want to necessarily do that, but the competitions were
OCM, please shamelessly shout yourself out. This is
okay.
Let's
Fair.
go.
I've been using my own calls channel to actually be a little compiled subgroup source of information for Bill Murray Inu updates, which people might miss in the main chat because it's quite easy to miss in the main chat. If you go to my calls group, you'll see that I'm talking about I'm buying back Bill Murray Inu from my own pocket and actually giving that away to the community. The current competition, so the first competition was a sort of shilling competition with purposes of also increasing our holder count. The current competition is simply a sort of shill contest, if you will. There's a specific post that you basically have to forward it to groups and post the proof in the comments itself. I'll actually pin that in my channel, and I'm giving away $500 in the next few days just for that before the next contest is announced. So again, this is all from my own pocket. I've posted proof of the first transaction hashes that I bought, all from my pocket, literally buying back Bill Murray Inu, sending it to those who win the competition. So that's that there.
Okay, 1 second. I'm going to post for all you guys who want to get involved. I've got OCM's channel for all.
It's currently in the pinned. If you see win $500 of BM Inu.
Check his pins, check his posts. He's got, boom. There you go, guys. That's a direct link there to make it easier for y'all.
Sweet,
okay.
Appreciate
you
that.
mentioned no, my pleasure, man. You mentioned a DApp.
Yes.
Tell me about it. What's that?
Yeah, so the D app will be on our website again today or tomorrow. I have to get working on that, but thankfully we have all the raw ingredients now. We have the NFTs, we have the JSON files. Everything is looking good. You will be able to actually go on our website, mint your exclusive Bill Murray Inu NFT. It will be featured then on Tofu NFT, and of course we will get that collection verified. So that's that, man. You're going to have your exclusive Bill Murray Inu NFT, all entirely unique, some with, extremely rare attributes, others more common. But again, 1,000, and when they're gone, they're gone. So yeah, that will be, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just let me know when. I'll post that because I'm going to buy some. But with that being said, one thing I'm kind of bearish on lately has been staking, because staking a project that doesn't have longevity, doesn't have sexes, doesn't have additional revenue sources, you're just gambling your tokens going away. But for your case in particular, have you thought about it? Because I would totally stake my Bill Murray.
Yeah, I've thought about it, man, and I've spoken about it with the community quite a bit. You know me, we could get staking up like that. We could have a staking DApp implemented with decent APY rewards. As usual, I wouldn't actually want to give away Bill Murray Inu tokens. I would give away BNB. I think it's just the better choice. If the community truly wanted it, of course we could implement staking. However, I'm also like you in that I think that staking is somewhat canceled. Like, it doesn't have its original appeal anymore. But again, man, this is a community-oriented token, and if the community wanted staking, it is something that's quite easily implementable. Our smart contract, if you read our audit, it's incredibly dynamic. It's incredibly clean. There's no vulnerabilities or anything. So again, a super efficient smart contract that could be used with staking, again, with the snap of a finger, really easily, really simply. Right now, obviously, the priority is the NFT D app. From there, we continue to have more developments, whether that might mean down the line staking for NFTs, token staking, whatever it might be. Of course, we want to create more use cases and special things for Bill Murray Inu and Bill Murray Inu holders,
A rare thing to hear out of me, but I think just in your case, that would probably be bullish, because you have such a devoted community that would just want to actually lock up that supply. And show stability of the project. It's already been holding beautifully between like, I mean, maybe a 25% swing up and down, but it's exchanging in the millions. That's awesome.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Definitely in consideration. So.
Okay, now to tie together a few things that you brought up. So you've talked about this huge, vast group of people that are actually working on this. How big is the team, and how much are you doing yourself?
I have a big workload. I think the whole community can vouch for me on that. I mean, I'm in the voice chat quite constantly, setting up this NFTD app. But a part of me absolutely loves to grind as well. So I have a big workload, but thankfully my team has a big workload as well. We have a core team of just a select few. We have HH, our partner, C-Dog, our partner. We have Nirex, we have George, and a few others. Of course, an amazing community behind it. I don't even want to give shout outs because I know I wouldn't be able to actually remember off the top of my head all the people supporting us. But boy, do we have some incredible names with us, all again giving wonderful support. And yeah, man, it's amazing. We're covered on all fronts. We literally, I think we've had our voice chat open for maybe 5 or 6 days straight now. There's always people in there. It's always popping off. We always have moderation. So again, man, people have their fair share of work, including myself, but we do it efficiently and we do it well. So, yeah.
That's my man. Okay, so because I see we have a lot of new people to the Haven, and maybe you haven't been following this project from the beginning, give us the basics. What are the tokenomics? As mentioned, you're raising funds for this girl, Evelyn. How much of the taxes go to that? Give us the whole breakdown.
Yeah, man. So we have 10% in, 10% out at all times. We grew so fast, bro. So our liquidity started at 1%. Slowly, we've bumped it up to around 4% just to stabilize because we grew so fast. Thankfully, our liquidity is stabilizing beautifully. We're almost at that sweet 1-to-10 ratio. Our marketing has a specific tax around 3 out of 10. So 30% of the marketing funds go directly to a separate charity wallet. Once again, that has about $40,000 in it. It's worth mentioning that after we raise funds for Evelyn, after we get a hold of Bill Murray, and this is a crazy thing I'm about to mention, not my words, but Tommy Chong's words. If you go to his Telegram, you'll read that he says, "And I will get a hold of Bill Murray," something along those lines. So it's crazy when you have these celebrities, even celebrities of Bill Murray's generation, as Tommy Chong would be, or at least close to that, telling us that they're going to get a hold of Bill Murray. It's so baffling. But yeah, anyways, man, back to my point. After we raise these funds for Evelyn, after that $40,000 keeps growing and we raise the necessary funds for Evelyn, as I said from the start, Bill Murray, he's quite a known charitable philanthropic guy. He keeps to himself. He's quite hard to actually reach, right? Like, so he doesn't have social media or anything like that. But thankfully, again, we have Super Connector. We have the right minds on our team helping us reach out to him. So after we raise these funds for Evelyn in Bill Murray's name, we're proud to actually be named after Bill Murray, a man, again, who is quite charitable in himself. We, of course, either want to, our first option is sort of affiliate, if you will, with Bill Murray. He's known for actually setting up and supporting these certain charities. We could donate directly to these charities he supports, and or we could choose other charities, sort of like what Elongate did. But that separate wallet for charity is, again, specifically allocated from the marketing tax. That's again for community voting or something along those lines, for Bill Murray affiliation, whatever it might be. That will continue to donate to charity, similar to what Elongate did. So it's sort of a twofold thing, right? Not only are we doing an absolutely incredible deed, beautiful for humanity, beautiful for cryptocurrency, but we're also, of course, spreading awareness of who we are as a token by doing that. So again, man, a double whammy, if you will, and both things really, really help us and help the world as well.
Let's go, man. All right, charity. Let's just talk about charity for a few minutes here. Anyone who's followed my channel knows it's a big thing for me, right? You got to give back to anything you receive in this space. So your first charity is going to be Evelyn. So the remaining ones will be based on Bill Murray's existing portfolio. What are those exactly? And like, what inspires you, dude? Like when you think about fixing the world, when you think about actually helping people out there that are less fortunate, who do you want to give to?
Yeah, man, a very, very fair question. What inspires me, and I mean this truly authentically, is fuck, it's going to sound so sappy, but I truly do believe that honesty, authenticity, serving others. If you don't do that in this world, man, I don't know what you're doing. You're not following the right path. You know what I mean? And I 100% believe in karma. I 100% believe, as you said, what you put out there, you receive back. To be able to do this in Bill Murray's name is fucking awesome. I don't think anybody can deny that. However, to give you an example, Achilles, of other people that we've had in prospects, one is, if you're a UFC fan, you might know Dustin Poirier. He actually has a charity known as the Good Fight Foundation. Basically, he raises funds to help build children's schools and help children in impoverished communities. He's an example of a celebrity that we 100% might reach out to in the future, or at least 100% would consider, is a better way to word it. Again, it's worth mentioning, for obvious reasons, that who we donate to, we're going to make sure we get recognition for it. Obviously, that's necessary for us to grow as a token and a community. So who we donate to will be carefully chosen. Obviously, it must be for a good cause, and obviously, we will need recognition. But with all that said, man, we've raised an incredible amount of funds, and boy, are we going to put them to a good cause and for the right reasons. So.
Yeah, you're making me smile, man. Good for you. BSC really needs that, because every charity coin that I see launches, people don't get inspired by the subject, right? And like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into personal beliefs or anything along those lines, but if you're in a position to help, it's a great thing to do so. Okay. What other questions do I have? Oh yeah. So, I mean, you're big enough to the point now where BEP20 is probably a little bit limiting, right? In the future, do you have any plan for anything cross-chain?
As in, sort of having, for example, an Ethereum side of Bill Murray, is that what you mean?
Sure. Ethereum, Chronos. I mean, I've seen some of the bigger projects go to 4 or 5 these days. You can, sky's the limit.
Yeah, man. So absolutely. Of course, we want to expand on all regards. However, for the time being, and it's the reason I haven't officially supported for instance, any of the dozens of baby Bill Murray or Bill Murray burn. I mean, I appreciate those tokens. I appreciate the notoriousness they're even bringing to us. But right now, the full effort and energy is on consolidating and growing the original Bill Murray, where we started, being the BSC, and getting where we need to go on the BSC. Obviously, in the future, man, of course, we want to expand out. But for where we are right now, I think it's important that we grow, we consolidate, we make this something truly incredible. And then we do that sort of outreach and expanding to different tokens and blockchains rather. I think then is the better time for that sort of thing as opposed to now. I think now we need organization. We need to be more concise in what we do, right? We need that, which is exactly what we're working on. Having, a subreddit, for instance, and having that sort of information compiled there with updates. Having that sort of thing, just so updates don't get buried one on top of the other, if that makes sense. And through that consolidation, we grow enough. That's when the even greater expansion begins.
Yeah, I mean, we're just being able to buy it with fiat. Like you don't really have any limits as to who you can advertise to.
Right. I mean, yeah, exactly. We got listed on Flues yesterday. We got listed on CoinGecko, CoinMarketCap just a few days prior. We were officially announced for our first exchange, being AZBit, as of yesterday, less than a week in. So again, these updates are happening incredibly rapid, and of course they're going to continue to be. But consolidation before expansion is basically how I feel about that, and I think how the community would mostly feel as well.
Consolidation before expansion. I might steal that from you. That's a great line. Okay. So I know you've got some big news at the end of this AMA, and I want to save 15 minutes for that because I want to do a little bit of education before you talk about it.
Okay.
So why don't we jump to the community right now? Guys, I mean, Dumbledore is on the text usually, but just go ahead and ask in VC if you have any questions for Crypto Mage. And if you need to be unmuted, just raise your hand. I'm not going to go through and unmute everybody.
Yo, what's up, Achilles? What's up,
man? How are you?
Hey, man. Hey.
Hey, big fan here. You know that. I've been holding like since your launch. I love your token. I love the idea. My question is regarding. I mean, we have seen several celebrity tokens, like some named like Andrew Tate, for example. And I know it has nothing to do with it because this has a charity foundation, and Bill Murray is known for that. But and you guys have a lot of big names backing this up, like Chong and Akon and et cetera, et cetera. But like you said, he's quite reserved about his charities and all. So some people could be worried that once it reaches him, he doesn't like for some reason. Do you guys have a thought about that, or do you have a plan in case it backfires once it gets to him or something like that?
Yeah, man, and let me just say it's a solid question, dude. Of course, we've thought about that. Let me just preface it with this. This is something that, again, with so many different updates and the complexity of who we are as a token, although I think very simple as well, it's worth mentioning that Coinbase actually did refund Evelyn this $180,000 after, I believe, after we launched as a token. However, our initial goal still stands. We know that Evelyn herself and her family, I believe they come from a poor background. So again, Evelyn is the primary goal. Reaching out to her
many
family.
Evelyns out there, right?
Say that again, man.
We do have a lot of Evelyns out there in the world, so it's not it could be like for other Evelyns, I mean, that struggle in the same position in the future, like you said, expanding the charity to like other foundations and other stuff that Bill Murray helps with.
Yeah, well, like I said, man, 100%. We're dynamic. We have a dynamic, lot of moving parts and a lot of options. So again, Evelyn is the primary choice, despite being thankfully paid back by Coinbase. She is the priority, considering what we're founded on, what she's going through, what her family's going through. But as I said, we're dynamic. We could easily move to something like the Good Fight Foundation, to Kimball Musk's charity. I believe that's the Green Earth or Big Green something. Yeah. So again, a huge shout out to Super Connector for allowing this to happen, like the outreach that we have currently. And again, man, if not Evelyn, it will be somebody that makes it worth it, of course, and that can benefit from us. So yeah.
Awesome, Henry. Thank you for the question, my man. Who else has a question?
Hello.
Hello, Patrick.
Hey, Patrick. Hey.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right. There was a bit of a lag there, but okay, I have some questions. For the NFTs that were mentioned, firstly, I want to ask if you have any idea, or you can give us an idea of how much the price is going to be when they are going to be launched. I think you mentioned about the meeting starting tomorrow or thereabouts. So any idea for the price of the NFTs yet?
Yeah, the price is going to be 0.3 BNB.
All right. For the NFT, the use case, how does the NFT fit into the ecosystem? I don't think you mentioned how it's going to work, or I heard Achilles talking about staking. I don't know whether that is going to apply to the NFTs, or he was referring to the token instead.
Yeah, no, I did cover it, but I don't mind covering it again. Basically, so some of the funds are going to be covering marketing, as well as, of course, the charity and buybacks. So all three of these funds, the NFT funds will be allocated towards. In regards to actual use case, we do plan to have specific use cases for the NFTs. Largely, that's still undecided, but again, we can consider something like NFT staking. We can consider giving back to these, for example, the top community members themselves. We could do NFT giveaways. That sort of thing is all in our potential prospects.
All right. And the buybacks you made mention of, are they going to be done manually or automatically at specific intervals?
No, it's not in the contract. I've been doing it manually, actually. So two things in regards to buybacks, right? The first, and I don't exaggerate when I say I have bought back over 50 BNB worth already. All those tokens are being held by me personally. You could see that in our marketing wallet. That's 3.1 million. It's 65 BNB in price right now at 900K market cap. Those are going to be specifically used for different exchanges. Otherwise, they're not touched. That's the reason we have such a strong floor. We have incredible whale supports from different private groups. Again, Super Connectors, Whales from his Circle group, me. The other thing I wanted to touch upon is I've have several competitions that I talked about. Again, buying back from my own personal funds just to be given back to community contest winners. But yeah, man, to answer your question, it's not automatic. I'm doing the buybacks.
All right, and thank you for that. Sorry, one last question. Just wanted to ask if eventually you have this in, the works. A lot of, let me not say lots, where at least some recent projects these days have been, as part of their marketing strategy, and also a way to reach out to those that are not in the crypto space. They do include a merchandise line, maybe branded clothing, caps, and stuff like that. You get to attract people, out there, as their members of that community, wear those items to get other persons to be inquisitive and then ask questions of such projects. Now, we
Hey,
all know
Patrick,
how
dude, I'm so sorry. Brother, I'm so sorry to cut you off. Not my intention, but I don't understand what you're saying, so I didn't want to waste your time. Maybe you could repeat.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Patrick, are you asking about gear and like merchandising? Got you with me? Okay, let's move on to one last question then. We have time for one other person before we start talking about something else. Who else would like to ask a question?
Yeah. Yeah, Phil here. Good evening.
Go ahead, buddy.
Good evening. Yeah, my question is this. Good evening, everyone. I want to know, because we Africans here, we would like to maybe participate more on this project that is coming up. Do we have any celebrity from the Africa region that maybe can exploit this project down to African and spread it behind the African continent? Because the celebrities at hand now are just from the US and the Europe. What about the Africa region? Do you have any plans to use one of our celebrities to spread the word of Bill Murray? Thank you.
Yeah. Good question fulfilled. I'm
Great
actually
question.
I'm not sure if you know this, but again, it's still relevant. But Akon himself, I know, has been, again, as I said, an incredibly philanthropic man. I know he's actually supported Africa in innumerable ways. I know that he's sent millions of dollars for I believe, impoverished African communities, helping build schools and things of that sort. So, I mean, I'm sure somebody like Akon, again, who's not a sort of one and done deal, you guys are going to see Akon talk about us for quite a bit. Mark my words on that. Again, shout out to Super Connector, shout out to Akon and Snoop Dogg's manager. It's been incredible working with these guys. But yeah, I get ahead of myself again. Yeah, so he has had quite an incredible influence on Africa. In regards to specific African celebrities, please excuse my ignorance. I'm a huge UFC fan. I love the likes of, Israel Adesanya. I love the likes of Francis Ngannou. Some of these sort of African superstars, if you will. I guess I'm not affiliated, or I'm not aware of too many more. But man, I would love to actually reach out, like I said, to the Dustin Poiriers, guys with charity, guys with huge outreach, and represent Africa in these sorts of ways that I'd be very happy to get in connection with. Maybe that helps answer your question.
Yeah, I have a suggestion for one. Sadio Mane is more or less one of the most humble and one who care about charities a lot. Sadio Mane, yeah, he's from Senegal, and he plays for Bayern Munich FC. If you can get to him, Sadio Mane.
Man, maybe you could DM me his
Yeah.
name. That'd be helpful, dude.
Former Liverpool player.
Okay.
I love the question. Okay, guys, real quick, we're going to pause just for a minute. We have an announcement from Mr. Crypto Mage here. Mr. Crypto Mage.
Hey, I like it.
I'm gonna start calling you that. I like that a lot. OCM, my
Bro,
man,
if you call me that, I might have to change my name. It might have to be that might
Mr. Crypto Mage.
yeah.
That's your next evolution.
Right.
Okay, but anytime there's something big, you mentioned they're getting on a centralized exchange today. That we talk about, I want to make sure you guys understand what it is, right? Because I remember coming into crypto and I remember not getting it. So, OCM, you want to tell us the difference between a decentralized exchange and a centralized exchange?
Yeah, man, absolutely. So firstly, I think people are aware of just how important it is that we are on a CEX, centralized exchange, basically. So a decentralized exchange uses smart contracts, basically, to trade between people. They don't have like a third party, right? So they operate as peer-to-peer exchanges, if you will. And transactions are basically made on the basis of smart contracts, and they're recorded on the blockchain. Centralized exchanges, essentially, they are. So it's a very specific exchange itself that is centralized, meaning that it's not recorded on the actual blockchain. For example, we're pairing with Tether, meaning if you go to the AZBit exchange, you make an account there, you deposit Tether to your account, you will be able to purchase Bill Murray Inu with Tether on the AZBit exchange. Again, an exchange that has 130 million daily volume, I believe, $130 million in daily volume. So essentially, any transaction, any operation you make on the exchange itself is not recorded in the blockchain, unlike a decentralized exchange. It's in the actual database of the exchange, right? Hence being centralized as opposed to decentralized. What else? Man, I think that basically covers it. I know that might go over, like it might sound a little complex or be a little hard to comprehend, which I 100% get it is, but that's basically it. We're sort of have a third party intermediary is the right word, rather than a decentralized blockchain.
So something we could relate that to would be like Coinbase is a centralized exchange, PancakeSwap is a decentralized exchange.
Right.
So by getting a centralized exchange, you gain access to all the investors that aren't necessarily trading on the smart chain. It's a whole new group of people that we're talking to every time they jump on one of those new ones.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which is why it's such a big deal, right? I mean, that's where you see volume really pick up, and that's great. Okay. With that, then, OCM, you have something to tell us about. Tell me when to post that photo.
Yes, please. So whenever you're ready, bro, I'm just going to talk about it. So if you could post it now, that'd be absolutely amazing. As you guys know, we're less than 1 week in, and after this AMA, I'm going to be sending the Tether and sending the actual tokens to officially be listed on AZBit. With this being said, I'll wait for Achilles to drop it. But again, we're 1 week in, and boy, is this an incredible announcement for our future prospects, for, again, digging our feet into the ground, further leaving this quote-unquote shitcoin space, if you will. But we are going to be listed on a second exchange. You guys know I've been talking with many, many people, many connections. And yeah, man, it's incredible. We're 1 week in, and we're going to be listed on 2 exchanges starting very soon. And of course, this is only the start of our prospects. So I hope you guys are delighted as I am about this, because boy, is this, I see a fire emoji. It's a good way to
go.
It's fucking incredible. So
before the first exchange is even completely live, we know a second one is coming.
Yes.
Can you give us a hint, or at least who you're talking to, approximately, so we have an idea of what's coming up around the corner?
For sure, man. So me and Connector talked about this actually. We like to, so firstly, we do several things. We do these things days in advance. So those sort of swing trader, quote unquote, sell the news people, basically we don't like them waiting for updates and trying to swing trade us in between. However, I will say, obviously, it's going to be a very nice exchange. I think I'll say this much as well. I think we're staying with the Tether pair. I think it's the most popular stable coin. Yeah, man, it's pretty good. And of course, we're in talks with many different outlets, exchanges, things of that sort that we want to eventually get listed on. So I think the community knows that we're not short of any new developments. This is just another to add to our list. And yeah, man, it's going to be an amazing time with Bill Murray Inu.
Dude, how much have you guys spent on marketing already?
Including buybacks, probably, I couldn't tell you, man. I couldn't tell you. Of course, tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars, but we're just getting started, man. What can I say? Our marketing wallet is fat. Our liquidity is building beautifully. I actually added, Achilles, I'm not sure if you know this, I added 20 BNB from my own pocket to the marketing wallet, I think 3 days in, just to help support everything going on. So again, no shortage.
Cool.
We're gonna have the NFTs dished out as well quite shortly. We're gonna have the NFTs dropped, which is just gonna help even more with what marketing we have going on and everything else. So yeah, man, it really is incredible with what's happening.
And that's the impressive thing about this project. So, in a bear market, I get a lot of people approaching me asking, like, they're doing multi-million-dollar raises for coins to launch on the smart chain. And I don't know if anyone has followed something like Spoom, who raised, forgive me for putting out their name there, I'm sure they're trying very hard, but I think they raised something close to like $3-4 million and got on 2 centralized exchanges and then not much else. And to see a coin that started at, what was your liquidity, 4 BNB?
4 BNB, yeah, man.
4 BNB, now doing the same thing is the spirit of DeFi. That's great, man. Okay,
Yeah,
we have a few. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just thanking you, man, giving you props. I know you've supported us from day one and will continue to. So that's all. But yeah, man, as you were saying, please proceed.
Well, no, I mean, you've dropped a lot of information, right? So I'm happy we talked about the exchange. Now you guys know something that's coming up in the near future. I'm also really happy you're not giving people a chance to buy the rumor, sell the news, because I hate swing traders, but that's just me. With that being said, who here has any more questions for OCM? We got a few more minutes with them.
I have one question.
Please go ahead. I'm sorry, I can't see your name. Who is that?
I'm Max.
Okay, go ahead, buddy.
Okay. I don't know if there is any work has been done on the language barrier. Is there any mechanisms you have applied to encounter this language barrier? Is there anything has been done?
That's a good question. So, what's your work on international communities?
Okay, yeah. So we actually have Doxed on our team. Achilles, I think you know Doxed. He's our lead Chinese marketer, Chinese head. We also have, again, shout out to Joe Blow. He's a team member. I don't think he's speaking this AMA. However, he is also he lives in China. He's fluent in Chinese as well as English. We have again great minds on our team that will help us develop these international communities, if you will. We said at the start, again, right now it's time for organization, compiling, really leaving this shitcoin space, if you will. Although, again, those were our prospects day one. And turning into something organized, official, all that sort of stuff. So with that being said, like we need a subreddit. I believe our Chinese group is already created. We might have a few I know we have a Chinese group. We might have another group that's being built. I can't remember off the top of my head, but again, we have a full team for that sort of thing. Again, some amazing community members who speak multiple languages that of course are willing to help us with that. So again, just another thing in the prospects for our future. It's important to remember, man, we're a week old and balancing so many plates and getting things done at such a rapid pace. But of course, give us time and those things will be done.
Okay, all the best. Thank you.
Yeah, all the best to you too, man. Thanks.
Thanks for being here, man. All right, next question.
Hi, can you hear me?
Is that Charles? Yes, go ahead, bud.
Oh, okay. So my question is that, this project is actually, in as much as I understand that it has a very good story behind it, which motivated the movement, most projects are built on sometimes hype. And I'm quite happy that at least you talked about why you want some organic growth rather than a hype project. So my question is, what plans do you have to maybe partner with top firms, top marketers, top brands to build the trust in people? Because once the trust is there, at least people can see it as a long time investment rather than just something, because the Indian traders now, I think some days back this week, they were just trading the coin like it was part of the Indian play. So they were just playing around with the coin, buy, sell, and stuff. So what plans do you have for marketing or partnering with top firms or top brands that will make people not see it as just a Indian play coin, rather than a coin with a very strong utility that will definitely benefit investors? Thank you.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So not to answer your question too vaguely, but um, that's exactly like what we've been doing. That's exactly what we're working on. If you see, again, we have such an amazingly large donation fund. We were talking about sort of affiliations with Bill Murray down the line, if you will. Again, in contacts with Tommy Chong, Akon, James Maslow, etc. These sorts of guys. I think being a week in, there's no shortage and there's no I guess doubts, if you want to call it that we have, and we are looking for partnerships with the right people, the right brands at the right timing. So yeah, man, as I said, we're a week in and we've already been in talks with different celebrities and different people who have amazing influence in this world. So
And I got to say, Tommy Chong actually jumped in the VC at some point, so he's watching you guys pretty closely. That's awesome. And
did he?
just to throw
Absolutely.
something out there, during this AMA, Bitcoin has rallied 6% and Ethereum has rallied 4%. So I'm getting some good vibes, man.
Just beautiful. You're not kidding, dude. I just checked. Wow.
Right?
Amazing. Really amazing to see.
It's great timing for your upcoming listings as well. That's great.
Right.
People pump sexes when the main nets are high. Okay, we are just about out of time. I'm sorry, is there one more question? I guess we have time for one more.
So one thing I wanted to know, and you may have answered this, I joined late. I didn't even know it was live. But one thing I wanted to know is that once all the hype dies down,
I'm sorry, buddy, we lost you there. I cut off, but once all the hype dies down?
once all the hype dies down and like the event has moved on, how are you guys going to stay relevant and continue to push forwards?
Yeah, as I said.
Yeah, let's go.
Sorry, Achilles, you want to go ahead?
Well, okay. Man, just to save you a little bit here, brother, I feel like he covered that in detail. So I'll just give you a really, really quick, succinct recap here. He's got centralized exchanges. He's got tons of celebrity partnerships. They're working on utilities with NFTs. They've got tons more news that is already in the works that he can't in specific talk about right now. As far as utility and longevity is concerned, I think OCM did a great job of covering that.
Yeah. Thank you so much, man. I think that does pretty much cover it in a nutshell.
Also,
Okay.
this recording, thanks for being here, buddy. The recording will be on YouTube right after this, and Dumbledore will post a recap. So to anybody who missed and has further questions, not only am I certain he will answer them in the Telegram for you, but you guys can hop on the channel and take a look at the recording as well. Okay. OCM, I wanted to say thank you so much for being here. If you have any closing comments, I'll end the recording right after, and then we'll move on to our giveaway.
No, man, I think that really touches upon most everything. So yeah, dude, appreciate your time as always.
As always, it's great to have a friend of the channel here. All right, let me end the recording.